Mic check, mic check, mic check. Alright, well welcome. Welcome to me bringing back these study with me's. The idea, once I get my, excuse me, I had this from church left over, volunteering, yesterday. So, very good. And it was an optional New Age church meeting as well. That ended up happening. Very good. So I'm going to check chat, see if we have anything in chat. It says Botrix. Botrix has successfully joined the channel. Very good. I'll post a poll. Start a poll. Start a poll. What are you working on? We'll say high school. And if you're in middle school, why are you using a study with me, man? You should be enjoying yourself. unless you want to go to Harvard, in which case it makes sense. You know, I realize we might have an error due to loading. Yeah, we are glitching out. So yeah, I need to we end up using the cord for phone services. So the long cord is for phone services, and we use the we'll need to get another long cord. So I'll just resume this chat and communicate with chat shortly. Thank you for joining the channel. Unfortunately, we're having minor tech support issues, so I will quit, rejoin, unless it's working now. If it's working now, then I think we're good to go. Working now, very good. Very good. And one person that's here does realize that these things do take a long time to load regardless. Very good. So what are you working on? Graduate school. Just schooling. So post-undergrad education, post-undergrad schooling, and then work. I mean, you know, in California, and it's Thursday, it's the busiest day of the week. You know, everyone tries to wrap up what they do for very on. So, point is, very good. And it says we are coming in loud and clear. So it looks like we're working very good. Start the poll. Very good. Feel free to chime in chat. Very good. Thank you for the 2 views. Okay. And I did say I was going to do no, yeah. Very good. All right. We're going to get started. I'm going to start the rain sounds, and then we'll get going. Thank you. Yo, Dr. Martin, just FYI, I'm a live streaming right now, but got your voicemail. Anyway, I got a request from, a second, I'm hearing echo because I left my thing up for testing. Give me 20. Okay, great. Yeah, and we were over at Foxborough, that other great sports game for lacrosse. Anyway, love it. And you were living the glory days of Cornell, and later followed in my father's footsteps, at least. You know, at the local Southern medical school. Point is, I know you guys are Harvard, so you know you got the whole family business there. So I'm getting emails. You know, your father being the chair, and you know, we met at Christian events together. And you got your brother, who's the Harvard radiologist. Point is, you know, I will be in town. I got invited by Mass General for a conference. Tuesday, September 22nd, just now when I was checking my emails. So it's a healthcare AI thing. It's free for me. Yeah, we can grab coffee, whatever you want. You know, I'll be right in your neighborhood. You know, over you're in Beacon Hill, so I know you're in more finance these days, but is what it is, man. Is what it is. You know, day trading, etc. Very good. I even brought up your name today at one of the state hospital conferences, which was kind of funny. Just as a, you know, your healthcare AI empire. Yeah, you and I both know that we orchestrated this madness for the healthcare AI family empires. You know, someone's got to maintain tranquility to get there in the first place. Very good, and yeah, I'll invite. I'll see if my sister's so busy. I mean, she's you know, part of I'm on the email listserv, but you know, we did sit down and have you know, some talks about healthcare AI. You know, they said that they use ambient scribes out there over at MGB. So very good. Yeah, just see what's up, and yeah, and also I know you like. Lacrosse season's over, FYI, for spectating. You know, we watched that lacrosse game together. You know, I think as we're about to end on the voicemail, so I'm gonna cut it off, and we can catch a game. You know, I know ABC is playing the finals. call it a butt dial. Don't give him a call. Do not give him a call. Hey, Dr. Martin, just calling back. Very good. Point is, I'm following up because I realized my MIT mentor is, might be interested, from robotics. We met, in person last time I was there, the last forum that was going on then, so, yeah, we could all get coffee, would be a great time. He's the, you know, it's funny, you know, the dean that ran the program, her husband is actually a Harvard, obstetrician. What are the odds, man? What are the odds? So, very good. And, yeah, it's a, you know, it's a young female, dean, that's, in, formerly robotics. It's a brand new program, so they just kind of threw it together. And they were all with the executives, with that. But point is, yeah, I'm just gonna delete the replay from this live stream, or tentatively, or we keep it up. I don't know. You know, nobody watches these live streams, to be honest. It's because, you know, I don't do it continuously enough. Yeah, I mean, it's so saturated that it's like impossible to grow unless you've been doing it a long time, and a lot of people delete the replays, so because they don't want to, you know, it's pretty standard protocol, because it is what it is. But then again, I am growing quite a bit, and everyone is hearing this conversation. So I mean, Dr. Martin, you know, like you said, you moved on to finance anyway. But your family's all healthcare AI empire at Harvard. Your father's still a chair out there, which is pretty wild, man. In the ripe old age of 80s, which is amazing. I know you've done your part for help keeping his, you know, doing your part to make him happy and healthy. As a wonderful Christian podcast, you know, you're a fellow Christian yourself, so we appreciate it. Jeanine Amapola Award is the name of the Christian podcast that runs Happy and Healthy. Very good. I know you'd be interested in that, and we did. That's how we met at it was a dating event, for Christian dating, and you know, group dating event. So very good. How we originally connected. Very good, Dr. Martin, and we just had so much in common. Both come from two healthcare AI empires. Very good. You know, my dad was a chair out at NYU for over a decade, and when they were number 2, right with the old ranking system. So it's gonna cut off again, but it's always good hanging with you, buddy. I know you and I go, well, way back as of recently, but you know, we do socialize quite a bit because we're just very similar kind of guys. So, all right, very good. I'll catch you later. I got I heard a beep. Could be my computer, and I'll catch you later. All right, peace out, Dr. Martin. Take care, and happy going, boss. I do got to check the replay because we may have just deliberated so much of that, but sorry, we're getting the dogs ready. And that is how it's done. guy while I'm in the neighborhood. He might be interested in attending as well. He's a postdoc. I don't know, I think he's past postdoc at this point. He was I'll pull him up. It's been a little bit since we met. It was last year. So yeah, it was funny. We ended up he ended up you know, in kind of the smaller sessions, you know, the dean had her opportunity to, and I did ask a question, which she said good question for. It's funny, she probably remembers me saying good question. You know, it's funny because it's the dean is she's kind of this young female in robotics, so it's kind of like a rare find to get you know, someone who's qualified, let alone young and pretty in robotics. You know, to be honest, I think she used a little beauty filter in the in some of the you know, video presentations, but you know, it was, you know, they do have you know, possibilities. You know, all of the healthcare AI original cohort was the original one, dating back from, it started in 2024 and then finished in 2025. There's the second cohort ever for healthcare AI, and that was all done remotely with people across the globe. So that's how they start off remote, and then you know, and then later on they have you know, healthcare and such and such. So yeah, it was that was the first one. That was and then healthcare transformation was a much smaller cohort. It's much more involved, more specific to what a chief AI officer would be in charge of, rather than you know, is what it is. So I'm gonna give my buddy a call. You know, I realize I could bring the microphone closer, but it's fine. I'm just gonna give this guy a call. He's somebody to help pick up. Assuming he's not busy. I mean, I don't remember his name. I think I just have to read the text. It's been a long time since we met. MIT? I think it was him under MIT. A couple MIT. Yeah, there is. Yeah, it's him. Good man. There's a handsome dude. I'm just block his phone number. You know. Look at this handsome guy. Look at, you know, you tell he's into robotics, is that he already throws his picture on there. It's part of work, man. It's part of work, you know. This is how it's done. So I gotta get the exact day and the times, because he's gonna want, because he's you know, he's the guy that kind of works on the ground, that learns all the information, while the deans just kick back and you know, and orchestrate the you know, like the moving of the Titanic. You know, that wonderful you know, the most famous cruise ship ever made. Very good. Okay, not Titan, who predated the Greek gods. The Titans, as an Attack of the Titans. Very good. Classic from that all my students thought was. Yeah, I had a really good student from not here nor there. Very good. Yeah, this is just, you know, SAT tutoring in college for the kids, you know, help them out. Very good. Okay. Including the No Child Left Behind. I did that, turned a kid around. He was people had abandoned him. He was he literally ended up pushing in chairs at the end, and he was a special needs kid in a regular program. He was literally kindergarten. He was a third grader with a bunch of younger kids, because they just no child left behind. So very good. I literally turned that kid around. It took a long time, but we did. One day something just clicked, and all of a sudden he's like, oh yeah, I can be a good kid. I'm like, that's right, yes you can. And he started, you know, identifying it, and you know, I can give you, if anyone's interested, the inspiration for it. There was a lecturer that had visited Brown University from Yale. I think something in PhD. We're talking like, this would have been spring of 2008. Point is spring of 2008, back at Brown. 2009, excuse me. Spring of 2009. I'm doing the math. So 2008 was when I got the tutoring job. for the No Child Left Behind Act, and 2008, 2009 academic year. So spring of 2009, but he maybe started lecturing before, by spring of 2008. And it was kind of like the psyche of like getting into the mind, and he would have his patients, or it's not really adding up, is it? It doesn't really. Maybe it was a psychologist. Maybe it was a psychologist. What it was, it could have been a psychologist. Psychologists or PhDs. Psychiatrists write prescriptions. Psychologists are the ones that just sit down. Freud is what we're talking about. F-R-U, D for David. Freud. Sigmund Freud. Hence the term Freudian. Anyway, point is, this spring discussion came from spring of 2009, when he had interviewed his patients and had someone sit down who was an engineer, and he said, just kind of write anything. And so an engineer, point is that he specifically followed one of the things that he did for my future student who would turn around, Brian. So when he turned around, was quite amazing. So we used this instruction. So the better Brian is what I'm talking about, who was a third grader in a kindergarten, first grade, and second grade group. So a third grader, he was older and special needs, the only special needs there, and literally the prior tutor had given up on him. So it was literally a no child was left behind, because, and he was, they have the red light, yellow, red, and then green, red, yellow, green for stoplight. I don't know what they have in other countries, maybe it's different in other countries, but point is, they said you don't want to be in the red, and he was there in the red every single day until something finally clicked, and when I took him under my wing. And then so that does relate to I was actually going to bring him up in one of the meetings today. This wasn't the formal, this was an action group that was run by one of the current my replacement, who now that my tenure had run out, before the director kind of liked it her way, so she was the other co-chair, and it was me and the director of the department were co-chairing, and the director just liked it her way, so she just was the one that came up with all this stuff, do all the presentations. And point is, she said in her exact words that she was a little tired of doing all the work to come up with a presentation every single week. And I know exactly what I'm talking about, because the first week I did it because she was away, bereavement leave. One of her parental figures had passed away, much older, that is. So point is, for Director Deckard, she'd been away the whole week, and was not answering emails for the whole week. So when it came to the first meeting for this, it was the onus was on me, and so fortunately I was like, what are the expectations? And point is, she was on bereavement leave, so I did get positive feedback after the meeting from one of the viewers who attended, and then I just sat down with the director and just went over expectations from there. She's like, it's fine. I'll just I just prefer it my way, so it's fine. She wasn't there. She didn't see the she only saw the slides, and I'm more of a teacher rather than a government policy at that time. So I'm so used to teaching, like No Child Left Behind, and sometimes it's you want to get the big picture first. Like I learned from a Pew Scholar who wrote me a recommendation for Grossman, and he loved it because he received his Pew Scholar because he had gone to NYU as a PhD, and they even cited him during my interviews because one of them personally knew him. They had worked together as at one point in research. So is what it is, and yeah, it was for an MD PhD interview. I just ended up just going more just MD route because raw research, I'm talking about bench research, kind of drives me insane, I'll be honest. So yeah, I'm more into just kind of socializing and navigating how to what the crowd wants. What the crowd wants. So, very good. So, point is, we were talking about better outcomes for, in case of DCYF, for a psychiatric child, and he was special needs. That's any parent knows that's code name for we have a psychiatric kid. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Very good. I will resume back to what I was doing. And yeah, the reason why I got on this I was making a phone call for somebody. It's a business call. So very good. I know he'll pick up if he has the opportunity. He loves me. And because I got the dean to say good question for that robotics program. So. Not to mention, her deans also happens to be a, obstetrician like my father, who's got a Lifetime Achievement Award from Yale. Pretty well, man. My birth town. I was born at Yale, Keefe Community Center. I let the trail of breadcrumbs for its founding because I post me helping the homeless, and I try to spread the good word, and I'm gonna start making them look better now that I've gotten permission from the homeless. Want to do it. I don't go out of my way, but if I see it, I see it. I don't go out of my way, but if I have 5 minutes, then I either make their day better, or if if it's like a Saturday afternoon, I'm a single guy, and family place, just plot up the Gilded Age. Very good. So, okay, I'm gonna give this guy a call. I just gotta double check the date. I know the date, but I gotta double check, details. We don't forget details. So give me 2 seconds, unmute while I figure this out, and then give him a call. I know he'll pick up if he can. This is usually the biggest week of the for the guys that just want to wrap up, and so that they can figure out their social scenario for the weekends. On Beyond. Point is, he's a relatively young guy. I know he is. I think he's on his first child. So very good. Give me 20 seconds. All right, we're calling Jonathan Miller, my man. See if he picks up. He probably wants me to text. I don't want to text too much though. Yeah, we were at Mass Ave last time we hung out. He's a big conference guy. Loves conferences. He invited me to hang out if I happen to be near Smoot in Cambridge. So yeah, I can review the text. It says, could we meet at Smoot? The Smoot Standard. At 1 o'clock, I have a meeting on campus. Oh, okay. All right. I see what he did there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, why is it? Yeah. It's slightly after 1. He just, and he had a meeting. 1 second. Give me a second here. We have one of the famous, Keep poodles. They're all over, they're actually my dog's son. It's my dog's son. Rest in peace, Brutus. Rest in peace. This is his son here. So, very good. Yeah, and all of New York City knows him because I've jogged around New York City with this guy. So I'm just gonna, just trying to be nice. I'll just go reunite him with his family. 1 second. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. Ready? Watch this. Ready? Okay. Very good, my apologies. Like I said, I needed 20 seconds, and again, 20 seconds. Very good. Okay, so like you said, I was at the conversation meeting at the Smoot Standard. Yeah, I'm just sitting down. I just had to unmute. Very good. Unmute the microphone and sit down. Point is, we met at the Smoot Standard. 3 days before Halloween. And the reason why he picked the awkward time of 5 minutes after 1 was because he had a meeting at on campus between noon and 1. You know, he wanted to make sure that his executives were satisfied with the hour meeting. It was for a conference, so very good. And then I replied, sure, I just finished watching the longest game in World Series history on California time, too. I gotta read this text, man. I'm sorry, man. One second. Okay, one second. Okay, yeah, 1 second. Okay. Oh, you know what it was? It's fine, man. Yeah. I didn't watch the whole game, but, you know, my brother-in-law is the biggest baseball fan ever. We did talk about us both watching, not the whole thing, but, you know, talk about 18 innings, walk-off home run by LA. You know, they went into overtime. I'm talking that's 2 full games. So, yeah. Yeah, I'll just be nice, because he, you know, those guys are, grinding away. Very good. 18 innings, and it didn't end up with a walk-off home run. It was historical. I actually did catch the walk-off home run. I was catching somebody reacted to it on a live stream. Very good. And I sent my, this is funny, man. I'm sorry, we gotta look at this conversation. Look at this conversation, man. Look at this. They say geniuses think alike. Let's look at the time. You can't, I did this the other day. You're not going to see the time, but maybe if I, yeah, you can see it, but it's going to be tiny, so you won't be able to see it. And it doesn't show his thing, because if you have it saved, by name. So look at this. Okay, you can't, yeah, it's blurred. The bulk effect is, I don't know, that's what I learned in live stream. So, yeah, you can't see that. It says 3 a.m. Yeah. I said, sorry, I just finished watching the longest game in World Series history on California time as well, because why else would you be up at 3 a.m.? You know, I was just being funny. It's like a joke for some guys. You know what's funny? My brother-in-law actually did stay up for the whole thing. My brother-in-law who, somebody said that he played baseball for Harvard. I remember when my sister met him, they said that he didn't make it, that he just missed it, but they did get married in the New York Times as well. So they were a New York, one of those legally blonde couples. So the point is, just 2 dudes, like, why are they checking texts at 3:30 a.m. in the morning on a Tuesday? I'm sorry, that's funny. I replied to him, I replied to him 2 minutes after he sent it, and I replied at 3:31 a.m. 3:31 in the morning. That's kind of funny, man. It's a grind. I mean, the only time I ever did that for, and coincidentally, it also happened to be the, this family bonding event, but for, the Keith Empire, but, very good. So point is, the only time that, that has happened, specifically for work, this is like a bonding event. So just 2 guys hanging out, because, at the end of the day, existence starts from the home. And 1 second, give me a second here, we're having a little text issue. Okay. Yeah, sorry, one of the dogs barking. Sometimes there's automatic noise filtering. It's it's one of those production mics, production sets. Point is, this is the place, man. This is the place. This is not a background. This is the actual estate. This is the original chessboard dating back from the Newport Mansion. That chessboard is valued at $3,000. It was a gift. We were gifted it. That's the great thing about being a doctor, is that people just give you stuff. All the finance people, like, Trump, etc., buys all the designer stuff. And this girl I dated for a while would have Jimmy Choo shoes. Jimmy Choo. It was gifted for her birthday, which I think are worth at least $500, maybe $800. I don't know. They have red bottoms, so they're pretty wild. Yeah, I was, back then, I was, But we actually did know each other from high school, which is kind of wild. We just randomly met on randomly connected afterwards. And everyone who's a longtime fan of my channel, like Diva Mahan, my magic. You know, I should probably look at chat. No, this will work. This will work. I'm just clarifying things, so I can't look at chat right now. But Diva can handle this. Diva's a good dude. He's my contact for you know, I don't know too many people in India personally who would take the time of day on a limited budget to do all this stuff for me. So point is, and we know each other thick and thin. You know, we've had each other's backs thick and thin. He knows India. He's my, you know, my on the ground guy for making it happen on the ground. So point is, he knows India. I know healthcare AI. They're Harvard, MIT, Agentic AI, yeah, I mean, literally, the guy who started healthcare AI in developing nations, he now runs his own charity, and, yeah, he'll put me back on his board. He still recognizes me. He's waiting for a formal webpage for my thing, because it's like I haven't told him, I kind of got a LinkedIn late. I'm one of those people that kind of prefers, like, behind the scenes. That's kind of my style. I think what you don't know is far more powerful than what you do know. But I did find a reason that did meet my expectations for joining LinkedIn, so that's why I finally got one. Yeah, I had one, yeah, I just, you know, I don't know. Every time I got LinkedIn before, I would just delete it, but I prefer what things go on behind the scenes. That's how, like, things happen at, you know, elite club levels of New York City, where I'm partying, Thursday, in a few weeks for a philanthropy event. I'm on a very discount ticket, but it's very cheap. I think it's like really $85, and it's the most exclusive club at least in New York. It's the I could say it, but it's too early. I can say it the night before because we don't want a bunch of rain. And they do have security at the front. You know, it's kind of one of those things in New York. They're not, you know, they don't look like security, but they are security. They're like, you know, dressed like a bellhop, you know, and they dress in uniform. So point is Nigel, he's a great dude. I was there. I snuck a photo of the stairwell when I was walking upstairs. You know, no witnesses that won't have my back. So I just add a bunch of virgin screwdrivers, which is pretty well. You know, the executives know what I'm talking about because it's all about, you know, networking, appealing to like the finer things in life. And yeah, that's why I got invited to the healthcare AI executive training. And you know, Dr. Chang knows me. You know, you know, he did ask for questions and did say he was gonna quote. By the way, this is the best chair ever for your back. I vouch for it completely. This is the best chair ever you can get for your back. I wasn't originally going to get it because I wasn't originally going to get this chair because it's like a gaming chair. It's slightly unprofessional for the background. But even Translex Holdings, who's a attending, last we communicated over the phone in Chicago. She has one of these chairs. It's like a thing. Very pretty. But that was a long time ago. So point is, I was gonna get one of these for my back, and some female convinced me to keep it. So it is what it is. That's why we're keeping it. And so it's just the logo. I gotta figure out something with logo, guys. I gotta figure out something with logo. It was this. I'm not gonna say I had to be. You know, I had to kind of a little cheat code during some of the you know, state health board meetings today. Well, data council, excuse me, data council. Data council's fine, they understand this, but actually no, data council, we had to do it for data council. It's just, I'm on very good terms with the person that runs Olmsted. Point is, I gotta figure out something for logo. I don't know if there's like a thing that I can get, but this is literally, you're about to hop on my side completely. It's that this thing has fixed my back pain. Literally, I gave up crew. I didn't just give up crew, I was advised by a spinal surgeon trained at in undergrad at MIT and later medical school at Johns Hopkins to not just give up rowing, not just give up sieving for a long period of time. I'm saying he told me to run, told me to run, no more running, let alone no more racket sports. And I'm like, dude, I'm not accepting that for an answer. I'm not. So I finished the season, because I'm not a quitter. I don't quit. I finished the season. This is what I was told over winter break. I finished the season, and he just take an X-ray. He didn't take an X-ray. It's just because I finally got an MRI in junior year, and that's when I got permission to row again. Spring semester junior year. Spring semester junior year is spring semester. And I'm like, it's senior year, guys. By the time rowing season would start, you know, it starts in the fall and it continues in the spring. I'm talking the spring break senior year that I finally got. The best time of my life, but trip to Miami, hey-oh, finally got it, doesn't matter anymore. But spring break the year prior, in 2010, I ended up finally getting an MRI, and I did start rowing again. It was with caution, not nearly as much. I have no pain. I'll be honest, I have no pain. You're wondering some of the videos that I have. I just realized I needed to be elsewhere, so that's why I cut the other one short. But a couple of videos of me sitting down straight for 8 hours, except for the occasional bathroom break, and I have no pain. So I attribute it to the chair. I mean, there's a reason why gamers use these type of chairs, because they're the ones that sit down professionally for 12, 14 hours at least. And that's what they do. So, yeah, I mean, there are more professional looking versions of this. You know, I'm just on a limited budget, guys, you know, and all this stuff, you know, most of the stuff in here was gifted. This chest table was gifted, and it's got a $3,000 price tag in it. So, great. I'm going to call my guy, because, you know, people are, I'm going to double check chat, see if we got anyone in chat. I have banned a few people. Only really one, because the one that was giving me death threats kind of stopped popping. So very good. No one's in chat. Very good. No problem. Thank you. Thank you, Diva. My man. Mahayan. Excuse me. Yeah, he's a man. Alright. My healthcare AI correspondent in India. On the ground. Okay, very good. Awesome sauce. On the ground. Yeah, Diva Maya and I just go way back. We go way back, man. He's known me for literally the past 6 years, which is pretty well, man. We're talking 6 years, yeah. Okay, very good. Very good. All right, I'm gonna give this guy a call at 7 o'clock. You might be partying with the boys. That's what they do out there. So I'm gonna give him a call. 1 second. Call J Mills, what he went by. So I'm gonna give a call and make sure we're coming loud and clear in 3, 2. You know what? Let's get rid of this rain sounds, man. I'm gonna forget. Problem is, I'm gonna forget to put the rain sounds back on, and everyone loves rain sounds. And if you're just stuck in silence, nobody sticks around. So I don't know. Point is, yeah, I'll remember. I'll just leave this up and I'll remember to look at the screen again. Very good. It's all OBS. It's just simple software. The most basic one that it comes with. I only invented this live streaming thing because they closed all the coffee shops when I was preparing for the MCAT, and I'm like, dude, I need a coffee shop. I need a coffee shop, and this is when these study with me's were starting. So, I just ended up, you know, I just needed a coffee shop, and like, yeah, that's what it was. So very good. I'm gonna give him a call, and we're gonna go from there. Okay, hopefully, it picks up. You know what it is? He probably doesn't even remember my name. But it's been a couple months, so he probably doesn't remember. So I'll just clarify. You know, it's just been a long time.
Hi, this is Jonathan. Please leave a message. Thanks.
Hi, Jay Mills. How's it going? I'm reaching out because we had communicated in October that you were open to meeting at a conference that was in Cambridge. I'm communicating because I will be in town exactly a little bit from now, but about a month from now on Tuesday, the 22nd, for an MGH Healthcare AI conference. I will be doing it. I'll be joining for free. I have another contact out there. And if you want to just grab coffee, we can get him. He's trained at Ivy League, ended up going to medical school, now in finance these days, and is part of a healthcare AI empire. His father is a chair at Harvard, specifically in anesthesiology, and his brother is a Harvard trained, I'm saying literally medical school at Harvard Medical School, and is part of the, last I checked, still affiliated, and he would be hoping to grabbing a coffee or whichever would be easiest. So I just got the invite today when I saw it, and we'll be in touch, and I can send a follow-up text as well. Thank you, looking forward, Jay Mills, and thank you for meeting me for that robotics conference that you said to reach out for, and we had that wonderful coffee at 1 o'clock in October. Let me know if you're interested in that MGB Healthcare AI conference that I got invited to today. I'll be attending it for free, and it just cut off because my phone reached its maximum. Okay.
You want to go to
Yeah. We can go socialize at the Columbia Tavern. I was just I was just live streaming me doing a no break.
Okay, I'm just gonna change and then we'll
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. He's also the greatest man of all time. Very good. All right, and we are glitching out. All right. Well, anyway, the stream is glitching. So I'm gonna go and the stream is cut. Yeah, the stream is cutting out, so I do have to go. Yeah, it's completely going to zero.